right, so Dennis Miracles Aboagye, a NPP communicator at my Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. What in Samia to drag our brother one day, Yenu Berma, the Dean at the Merqury. Quaye of HitzFm one kwashia ye din komo and na menua be me ebusa se ekradon ko wo ho NDC John Dramani Mahama wo ho Kofi Akpalu LPG the new force near the why did you choose to join Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia? And he gave him one answer. Was a Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia sincere? Ebuzia busao Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia 2 minutes in the China major prophet Ekaye. People didn't believe that. But Quaye say of late FBI only said 2 minutes in the China Miracles Dennis Aboagye said Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia say obi buade tena sa nipa kro no wonya hunu yi. So obi a good policy. I mean enhyehyɛ papa turn Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia wonya nhia sa nipa kro no. So obi a ahobrase emma nkora ne mpanimfo a wonya hunu sa nipa kro no. What a testimony. Adansi apani. Na mibusa na kodio wa wo hwɛ mi wo modi adansi bi afa ho saa. Oza wonye. Oza wonye. Wa burunu ya saa ya kaso obi ndi wa dance kura ntimi ni. Here this year election won emu betebede. For the first time in history of Ghana, yenya can say presidential candidate ya wo ye Muslim. If God permit one more be elected no ama 2024-2025 why Ghana man penny akosi 28. And for the first time and this also de Christonia wabako esan edene babiem for the first time. Say waba na president for asaba na wasan o masan edene ba for the first time maybe say that. Now Ebusia ebeye deba yan konko tie Miracles Dennis Aboagye embra eba ebe trust dem.
Bawumia is the best person to lead this country going into the future. He's number 1 on the ballot. He has clear-cut policies for every single Ghanaian listening to us. I think that we need to give him an opportunity to become president to at least show what it is that he could do for the future of this country. I have no doubt that he's a good man. He's a sincere man, very committed to the cause of Ghana. And he would be a fantastic president. Just what?
Let me ask you, Miracles. We have Ikwadonko, there is President Mahama, a number of candidates. Why did you throw your support behind Vice President Bawumia as the presidential candidate of the NPP?
He's sincere. Merqury, I have been doing politics in my very young age for a very long time. I have followed a lot of politicians. I mean, we just serve. I always used to serve.
Right.
So we sit in meetings, we hear, we see people go up and down because we are learning. And I can tell you that I have never seen a politician as sincere as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He has complete clarity in thought. He has a clear plan as to what he wants to do as a president for this country. You know what? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is one of the few politicians that meets you, shakes your hands and looks you in the eye. And I can tell you that if you meet any man who shakes you and looks straight direct into your eye, no matter how much crowd you have there, that's a sincere man. That's a man who have nothing to hide. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not the regular politician. Like I told you, I was picked as a little boy, brought into this jungle of political space.
Right.
And I've been groomed. I've been trained by all the politicians you can think about. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a technocrat. He was not a politician. He just came into politics as a detour.
Right.
And he's a fine line between that fine politician and that fine technical man. So when he wakes up in the morning and he's thinking solutions. He's always thinking solutions. And I can tell you that that level of sincerity, that level of clarity in thought is very important. Clarity in thought.
Right.
And commitment to the cause of Ghana is the reason why I've chosen the side of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And it's the best decision any young person can take in this country. He is thinking futuristic. It's thinking about creating the Ghana that all of us are seeing in other countries that we would want to go and experience and go to. And for me, that I think is very, very important. We've been stagnant for a very long time, for too long of a time. We've been moving in circles for a very long time. We've been marching past for a very long time. It's time, where we are now, it's time for us to have a leader that is ready to take us into the future that we as a people aspire to be. And that's why the Gen Zs, a lot of these young people, you see them connecting with Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Of course, once you're a politician, Merqury, be rest assured that the more you try to clarify what your thoughts are, the more your opponent will try to, smear you simply because they don't have to. But he's a good man.
Dennis Miracles Aboagye is my guest, in case you just tuned in. If this is your first time on this platform, my name is Merqury Quaye. And it was great, beautiful conversation. Of course, he's the communication director for Bawumia's 2024 campaign and responsible for local government and decentralization, with additional responsibility as executive secretary for the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization. Dennis Miracles Aboagye. Well, we are pressed for time. Time is not our ally. I really wish we had more time to do this. I'd like us to touch briefly on creative art before we say goodbye. So what is your assessment of the creative arts industry, looking at the time before the NPP took over now, and what is the way forward? What should we expect in that space?
The creative art is one part that, in fact, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has been working with them for a very long time on the quiet to try to build some of the critical, anchors for that space. In the next few days, for instance, he will be launching the platform for Gamro,
right?
A purely digitized platform for Gamro to sort of help improve on the collection of these rights for the creative art. He's also worked with the creative arts industry players themselves to develop a music streaming platform that is also to be launched in November.
Right.
And basically all he's trying to do is to create these platforms and avenues for our creatives to be able to, get the needed money for the works that they are doing. They need to raise the revenue for the works that they are doing. They need to be getting the worth of what it is that they are doing. So those two things are coming up even before the elections. Right. So the streaming platform is going to be launched inside November. The Gamro platform is also ready. That's also going to be launched. And the good thing is that these things were developed in collaboration with the creative arts industry players themselves. And a lot of the A-list artists you can think of are part of these projects. Now, he's also thought about the fact that you can do creative artists succeed and stay in your country. We need to export. We need to do a bit more. And so he's creating this protocol services for the creative arts players. It's one of the difficult areas for them. So they get shows, they have to travel, and it's so much work to even secure the visas and all of that. So he's committed to work with them to create that protocol services in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ensure that the artist and his entourage have a very seamless system in place to acquire visas and travel and go and come without any difficulties. Not just the musician or the artist. It includes the artists, the creative art writers, the bloggers,
all the professionals within the space,
all the stakeholders within the space. Right. They are going to be benefiting from those services. And I think that really, once he's committed to completing these theaters that are being built across the country, and he's created a platform for streaming to be able to get the needed revenue for the artists, and created the seamless protocol services for the artists to be able to go out there and get their job done and come back. It would empower these creative arts. They will be able to raise the needed, resources for the work that they do. And the more they make, the more they're able to invest into their craft, and, everybody is happy. Today, I'm sure by now, a lot of airlines coming to Ghana are fully booked in December. And if they are coming, these creative arts must be busy.
Absolutely.
They must be busy. And if they are going to be busy, they must be getting the money worth for what it is it is that they are doing. And so that's the sort of thing Dr. Bawumia is doing with these creatives. Thanks
very much for joining us. Amazing time with you, Dennis Miracles Aboagye, Ghanaian politician, and of course, a presidential staffer. We definitely must do a part 2 of this. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation. I'm sure in just a minute, you would have a message for your fans out there, and anything you'd like to share with us before we say goodbye.
Yes, I mean, fundamentally, this goes to the Gen Zs.
Right.
My appeal is that we are at a crossroad. This country is going into a very important elections on December 7th. It's not about how you feel. It's about what is crucial and critical and important for the future of this country. There are 13 people on the ballot. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the best person to lead this country going into the future. He's number 1 on the ballot. He has clear-cut policies for every single Ghanaian listening to us. The taxi driver, the Quaye, the hairdresser, dressmaker, the teacher, the banker, the nurse, the security services person. There is complete clarity as to what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia plans to do for these people. In fact, if you pick his manifesto, he has a specific chapter for the elderly in our society. He has a chapter for women and young girls. And I think that we need to give him an opportunity to become president, to at least show what it is that he could do for the future of this country. I have no doubt, absolutely no doubt that he's a good man. He's a sincere man. He is undoubtedly very, very committed to the cause of Ghana, and he would be a fantastic president.
Thanks very much. My name is Merqury Quaye.
I don't do any someone Dennis Aboagye Miracles. Wadi etu dwa ebusia wakasa bana ne kasa waka ye ne ma hu bibia wo free but what say why politics from the nkola brem won dia tem won kasa ntwitwi tere say wo hwesi bia wo si kasa brantia na ho dwo papa ba nyame wonwa say won Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia enam hey Scooby what me nka ma mente won kawate Scooby Doo Scooby Creatives say wo ye design rough Scooby you Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia designs ye ko twi ko breman afa awa mo design ni ade Ghana Music Awards wa mo flyer ni ade Scooby na ye Scooby Doo ono na ye Scooby baby a obi amamente wonka wadawroma aha ma fe baba abusu me so no ma committee e de oduma nko bana na ko fifu ma Ashanti agudie wadawroma makraw